Hey Aries, thanks for visiting. This is reading for May the 13th to May the 19th, and if you like this reading, as I always ask you, sorry about that noise, yeah, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you would like to, I don't mind if you do or you don't. I'm happy to have you just listen to this reading if that's what you want to do. And I'm just going to start your reading right now for Aries. So, the first card you have for your past is the Knight of Wands. This is the kind of crazy knight that jumps in and out, and he's kind of not really in control of things. I'm seeing some frustration in this card. I think you had a bit of frustration in a lot of different areas of your life. Definitely something was frustrating you, and I think it was stopping you. I think you were trying to do something, trying to finish things, and you're being stopped. That's the feeling I'm getting here. Now, I think someone might have been in the firing line of this stress. I'm just seeing you, you're very honest about what this was about. You weren't kind of raging for no reason. You had a reason for it, and you weren't trying to hurt anyone. You were very open about what the problem was. If you look at this knight, his helmet's open, and you can see his face. He's facing us, so he's very open. So, your intentions weren't bad. It was because of a reaction to other things that were frustrating you. So I think you were aiming your frustrations at someone, but then someone else might have been in the firing line. That's what I'm seeing, without you meaning that to happen. And there was a lot of uneasiness around this person. I'm getting this feeling of, out of control. I mean, this knight is out of control. He's trying to control this horse, but it's kind of jumping up and down all over the place. And this is how this person saw you, this person who was in the firing line, I think. I think this is someone who's really close to you. I don't think this is a love connection. I think, you care about them, they care about you, whoever this is. And if you feel as if, I'm just getting this thing that you might be worried about this. So if you feel as if you've kind of soured things or spoiled things with them, or they're not going to see you in the same way, just talk to them, because I think they do care about you, and I think they would easily forgive you. If you haven't done that already, this is in the past, so you might have already been through this with them. But then you still had this actual thing that was making you frustrated. Now, I think whatever that is, I think it might be a practical thing. It's going to be resolved. Now, it might not be in the way that is the most satisfying thing to you, but it is going to be resolved. You are going to be able to put it behind you, and then you're going to be able to move on from that. But it's some kind of very frustrating thing, and it kind of goes backwards and forwards, like you think it's okay and then it's not, and you think it's okay and then it's not. It's that kind of thing, because I'm just looking at this knight again, and this horse is kind of jumping up and down, up and down. So that's the kind of frustration I'm seeing there. But if this is all resonating with you, this is going to be resolved. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have for your past is the Ten of Wands. Yeah, so obviously this is the burden card, and again, I'm seeing these kinds of ups and downs, and I think your feelings were going up and down with each of these frustrations, and also the fact that you're being slowed down as well, like this poor man who can't even walk quickly. He's so slow. So there's all of that kind of thing, lots of frustration. I'm also seeing a decision that I think you made, and I think you had to make that, and you had to make this decision, and I think it wasn't a decision that you were happy to make, but you had to make it. And I think it's about, I think this is about some kind of distancing. You had to distance yourself from someone. They had to distance yourself from, they had to distance themselves from you, I'm trying to say. And neither of you wanted to do this, but I think it was for a practical reason. So you had to do this. There's nothing wrong with them. There's no falling out. I'm not seeing that. This burden also might be about you worrying about them, because I think what I'm seeing is this distancing, this separation is going to be the best thing for both of you. It's going to be the best thing for you. You're going to grow, and they're going to grow as well. They're going to change and grow. You're going to change and grow. I think you are going to worry about them, and that's what this burden is. Like, oh, are they going to be okay? What's going to happen? they're going to be okay. This is telling you not to worry about this. You know, drop these wands and then you'll be able to go to where you want to go. Don't let the worrying about this slow you down. This person is going to be okay. That's what I'm seeing. And yeah, again, this is what's best for both of you. You're going to grow, they're going to grow, and I think deep down you both know that, and you are going to connect again at some time in future. That's what I'm seeing there. So the last card you have your past is the Three of Wands. Yeah, this is the past of Wands, the past of action. So okay, this is a little bit strange. I'll try and tell you what I'm seeing here. I'm getting a feeling of isolation, but also having people around you. It's very, very strange. I think you're feeling a bit alone at this time. You're alone with your frustrations. I know that you felt that nobody really understood you properly, or how this was impacting you, or how deep your feelings were about this. I don't think anyone kind of understood that properly, or that was how you were feeling anyway. And I think this person who was around you, this person in the Knight of Wands, you know, I think they do really care about you. They still really care about you. I think they understand you on a certain level, but I don't think they truly, fully, 100% understand you, if that makes sense. And so you're a little bit frustrated about some of their reactions towards you as well. Like you'd kind of vent your frustrations, and then they'd say, oh well, blah blah blah, and it wouldn't be something that showed you that they understood what you were really feeling and thinking, if that all makes sense. So yeah, there's this feeling around this of nobody understands me, nobody understands me. You know, this man's at a distance from what he wants. There are ships there, they're out there, they're far away. He can see them, but they're there, but they're far away. So I think there are people that do understand you, but they're far away from you, and you might be in contact with them, but they're not around you physically. Also, I think there is someone who understands you, one specific person who you know, you talk to them quite a bit. You might not have spoken to them recently, and I think you should speak to them. That's what I'm seeing. If you speak to them, you'll get this understanding. And also I think they might partly take the place of the person who you're distancing yourself from as well. So if you speak to this person, I think they're going to bring you a lot of comfort, they're going to bring you a lot of help, and they'll understand these frustrations. So if you vent to this person, they'll be there for you. So, you know, think about who that is, and if this resonates with you, you know, contact them and just talk to them, and that's going to help you feel a lot better. That's what I'm seeing. I hope that makes sense. So the first card you have here present is the King of Swords. So, okay. Yeah, I don't mean this reading to go this way again of the last one. What happened in the last one was I sounded a bit bossy, I think. Someone said, oh, you're so bossy, you're so terrible, you shouldn't be this bossy. You're not going to get people to do what you want if you're bossy. Well, it's not what I want. This is just what I'm seeing in the cards here. So this isn't what I want. But yeah, this is what I'm seeing. And maybe I was a bit bossy, I don't know. But I'm seeing the same thing here again. So I don't want to get into trouble again, but I have to tell you what I'm seeing. Here's this practical thing. Here's this practical thing again. This thing that you're putting off. I keep on seeing this again and again and again. So obviously you're still doing this. So, okay, so I think part of why you keep on putting this off might be because you don't want to follow rules. Doing this thing might be mean to you in your head. Oh, if I do this thing, it's going to be a boring thing. I'm going to be like everyone else. I'm going to follow the rules. I'm going to be restricted, and I'm going to feel really forced and restricted, and I won't be free. That's the feeling I'm getting around this, that's kind of behind this. I think your practical head wants to do this thing, but your feelings are saying to you, oh no, you've got a bad feeling, because you think, oh, I'm going to be restricted if I do this. Now, this isn't going to restrict you. This is not going to restrict you. It's actually going to do the opposite. It's going to be the opposite for you. I think, you know, once you've gotten this thing done, once you've gotten out of the way, you're going to feel so much freer. You really, really are. You're going to be freer. You're going to be better. You're going to have this thing out of the way. And then you'll breathe a sigh of relief, and you'll be able to move on and do whatever you want to do. This is going to make it freer for you. You're going to feel freer. And you don't see it right now, but you really, really are. I mean, look at the king on this card. He's really serious. He's really disciplined. And that's why you think, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be all serious and disciplined. I want to be free. But if you discipline yourself to start with, to get this thing done and finished, then you will be free. Because have a look at this king. He's got a butterfly above his head, symbolizing freedom. You know, a butterfly comes out of a cocoon. It kind of has this kind of darkness, this hard work, this bad time. Then it comes out, and it's a beautiful butterfly, and it's free, flying around. So that's how you're going to be. That is how you're going to be. So please do this thing once again. Do this thing. It's going to mean freedom for you. It's not going to mean restriction. It's going to mean freedom. That's what I'm seeing in that card. And I don't want to say any more about that again, so I promise I won't say any more. And I'll try not to be bossy. I probably sounded bossy then too. I don't mean to. The next card you have for your present is the Knight of Cups. So, yeah, this is about... yeah, this can be about love messages, all of that kind of thing. I think someone does want to talk to you. But I think this is a really important talk. I'm just getting the sense that they're almost afraid to say something to you, whoever this is. And I think this might be a love connection, or it might be a past love connection. There was or is some love between you. That's what I'm seeing. Now, again, this card can be about a love message. I think this is a complicated message in this. It feels difficult. It feels complicated. I think there might be a lot of things that have happened between you in the past. And I think you've both been through a kind of a roller coaster almost. You've been through a lot together or apart or something. You've been through a lot. And I think they're struggling with something at this time, and I think they might even want your help with something. That's what I'm picking up there. They might not say this directly to you at this time. I think there might have been some rejection between you. I can't pick up on, I'm not quite seeing who rejected who. One of you might have rejected the other one, or it might have been on both sides. But yeah, they're going to want to talk to you, and they're going to want to have this very, very serious talk with you. It's very important for them. You might not see it that way, but it's very important for them, and it's even a bit scary for them. So they might want some sort of help. I keep on seeing that. And I think they feel as if they can rely on you. That's what I'm getting at there, and that might be why they're asking you for help. But they do want to have a serious talk, so just get ready for this person wanting to talk to you. Yeah, the last card you have for your present is the Magician. I love this card. So this is how they see you, this person who wants help. They see you as someone who's strong. They see you as someone who's really capable and almost magical. I know this is the Magician, but I'm really hearing this... I'm hearing this as a kind of a description of you. It's like they think that you're magical, or you have a magical way about you. I'm actually hearing so-and-so is magical and wonderful. So they think you're magical and wonderful, and they think you're capable, and that's why they're reaching out to you for help. That's what I'm seeing. But that's how they described you. They've either described you like that, as that, or they are now. That's what I'm seeing. But they think that of you. They think very, very highly of you. Now, yeah, they might be comparing themselves to you. So just be careful that this isn't going to be a kind of an imbalanced relationship. Not relationship, but an imbalanced kind of connection. Because I think they see you as someone who's so capable, so this, so amazing, all that kind of thing. But they look at themselves as being kind of the opposite. So just be careful they don't rely on you too much. I think it's really important for them to stand on their own 2 feet and to do things for themselves. So they do ask you for help. Make sure it is help where they're helping themselves. I hope that makes sense to you. So the first card you have for your future is the 8 of Wands. So yeah, what's going to happen is this person who wants you to help them, they're going to ask you for help. They're a bit afraid to do that. They're going to take their time, I think. They're going to worry about how they're going to say this to you. They're worried about approaching you. And I think once they've worked out what they're going to say and they've got it all sorted out, then they'll come and they'll talk to you quite quickly, quite urgently actually. They might come to you and say, oh, this is urgent, please help me. It might be something like that. Now, yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of a frustrating conversation to start with. You might not understand them properly, but then I think you'll start to understand what they're asking you. They have a lot of complicated things going on, I think, but yeah, again, I think you should take your time before you rush in with the solution. And also, I think you should wait until you know that the right help's going to them. Because I think they are someone who wants to totally rely on you, maybe do things for them, maybe even give them money, maybe even help them out in that way. It might be that. And yeah, I'm not saying don't help someone, but I think the right kind of help is the way to go. The kind of help where they're learning, where they can help themselves, where they're going to actually, where it's going to give them a step up to helping themselves or to something else. That's what I'm seeing there. So be very careful around the type of help you're giving and just think about it carefully before you say yes. That's what I'm seeing. And also they might start to pressure you a little bit. They might pressure you to do this quickly because the Eight of Wands is about quick communication. Don't let them do this. Make sure that you know exactly what you want to do and you've thought about this carefully. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have for your future is the Page of Cups. So I love this card. You know, it can be about being a bit childish, a bit silly, not sensible, just kind of doing whatever you want. Look at the way this man's dressed, I mean. So, you know, it can be about daydreaming. It can be about, you know, fantasizing. So I think you're going to have a lot of ideas. I think you're going to have a lot of really fun, interesting ideas coming to you. And I think you might eventually use them in some kind of business that you have, or it might be a side business or some kind of business venture, something like that. Now, what comes out of your imagination, I think it might seem quite crazy to a lot of people around you, so you might want to keep this to yourself. But you know, you've done things before that people see as crazy, you know, so and you were right to do those things, so don't let that stop you. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is being noticed. Being noticed. You're going to be noticed, or your ideas are going to be noticed. This man is noticed. Look at how he's dressed. He's noticed in his crazy kind of clothes and his great big hat. So I think either you're going to be noticed or your ideas are going to be noticed. And I think people taking note of you and seeing what you're doing is going to inspire someone to give you some kind of offer, or make an offer to you. Some kind of offer is going to come into you. It might be a business offer, something like that. So yeah, get ready for that, because there is going to be some kind of offer coming in for you, and it's about someone noticing you. That's what I'm seeing. And the other thing I'm seeing in this card is, I'm just seeing this coming in, I think someone might be feeling a bit left out. Someone might be feeling a little bit sensitive. I think this is someone who you used to be friends with. I think you're probably still friends with them. I think they might be feeling a little bit messed out and missed out, left out, all of that kind of thing. And I just think this person needs some reassurance. I think you were kind of friends or partnered up, or you were kind of together doing something, and then that stopped. And I think this person feels a little bit like you've kind of walked off and left them there. So if you know who that is, talk to them. I think they're very understanding, and yeah, they'll definitely understand, you know, they'll understand that you had to move on, and they'll understand all of that. All they need is for you to talk to them. That's what I'm seeing there. I'm rambling a lot in this reading. I'm really sorry. I don't know why that is. I'm getting all sorts of kind of weird mixed up messages, and I'm trying to kind of articulate what I'm seeing. I'm really sorry about that. So yeah, the last card you have for your future is the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, again, this is about this offer. There's some kind of offer coming in for you. And this is about you being noticed, so you're noticed, and then people see you or see what you're doing, see your ideas or something, and then you get this offer. Now, there's going to be a lot of waiting around this offer. It might be waiting for the right time, or it might be them waiting for you to decide on things. It might be that. There's also money around this offer. So, but I'm getting the feeling that this won't be about money for you. Money won't be the deciding factor on whether you say yes or no to this. There are going to be a lot of decisions about this, around this, that have to be made on both sides, I think, and it's going to take a lot of time to get to the end of this. I can't see whether they're going to say yes or you'll say yes or what will happen, because I think there are just too many variables around this. But yeah, there's definitely an offer, and there's waiting around that offer, and there's money with that as well. That's what I'm seeing there. So Aries, I have to apologize again because I know I was garbling a lot, and this is just really long as well, and I don't mean that to happen. It always happens. But anyway, I will finish now. I'm just going to say I hope this resonated, but you know, general readings can't always resonate with everyone. But again, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you would like to. Thank you so much for watching.